Hello and welcome to Devcast Ops. We're a little bit earlier today as it is a bank holiday in the UK, so we have a little bit more time and thought we'd jump on early. My name is Barnaby and I'm joined by James today, and we're picking up from where we left off, or where you and Wiley left off, because I've been out of the country for a couple of weeks. So we'll see where we were.
Yes.
To round up.
Yeah, I realized AI transcribing is a thing, so I dumped the stream into Whisper and then summarized it because laziness and trying to actually remember what happened. So last time we got Consul up at a very base level. We got the Packer image to run. We got the server on the box, and which summarized very quickly. But we then had an issue where the bind address is null, because the way we've got it, where we had to do it in the old cluster, is because of the Nomad stuff on the console box. You had like Docker and Podman and all the other network interfaces, which means you couldn't just set bind address to 0000. We don't have that problem this time, so we can just set the bind address to 0000. And for the Nomad server, actually, I don't even think we'll have to do that, because these servers just get destroyed. If Nomad has an issue, we're not going to go into the box and to write systemctl restart Nomad. We'll just kill the box. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it was a thing that if the console server started before Nomad, the bind address of 0.00 worked. But if Nomad had started, you then could never restart console because the other working aspects came into effect.
I'm just going to fix it here before I push things and prove it, because the cycle's a bit slower.
Yeah, we have the whole rebuild, and hopefully GitHub is up and running today.
We have okay. Problem start. Shall we start? Oh, it errored. Failed to load cert pair. because on server we also have some cert stuff we're not loading in. So I suppose we want to for the TLS defaults, do we want to keep using the certs that were in etc console do TLS and these certs because they were the Vault agent ones?
I still think using the Vault agent ones are reasonable for that.
Cool. In which case, let's
fix Vault.
do this.
Yeah.
Yes. So the next step is we need to fix Vault, and then we can push all at the same time. Because I think we do have the agent stuff here.
It might be worth leaving that bind address as variabilized and just setting a default rather than hard coding it to 0.0.0 because we may have the issue on in a future case.
Yeah. So we can go var. It's not var.
Just not in Terraform. Whatever you want to call it.
Address. Defaults. Bind address equals 0.0.0. 0.0.0.0. I could do something more complicated. I'm not going to that thing.
I think that's
so.
Fine.
We have our agent up. We have our agent. But so this is nothing on this server starts when the box starts. We could obviously fix that if we wanted to. Maybe that is something worth doing now, but should we just see if we can get Consul to start?
I think get Consul starting and running and then fix all the bits in the config. Okay. And then when we rebuild the new image, we can look at putting in that. So we're talking about having like a marker file that it checks for.
So we need to drop the Vault Postgres table.
Do you remember the commands?
No.
Let me have a look. It might be in the chat.
I've been messing with Postgres a bit, so I can really remember how to connect to the Postgres. Oh yeah, I don't actually get the secret, but I get everything else. Which is fine. So it's PSQL-H.
I wonder if it's worth writing a little script that can wipe the database.
Maybe. Oh, was it H? Can't remember the users. That'd be D for database. How do I change user in Postgres?
You trying to log into Postgres? I think it's just -U.
Dash upper U. That. Oh.
You need to put in a user.
Yeah. Because we're Vault. Okay, there was the password. Cool. Now to find the super secret password. Hopefully, in a way, it means I don't have to reset the password this time after the stream again.
Yeah, it shouldn't print it out, but I guess we can still do our best to get it to print it out elsewhere.
Oh. Okay, I'm into Postgres. Thinking about that. Cool. So dash DT, yep. Dash DT. Cool. Now I need to remember how to drop the table.
Yeah, it's not. You need to just drop all the contents of the table.
I think we somewhere in our Discord chat, I think you shared it to me on the old streams.
Yeah, I don't think drop is in the command though. I was having a look through. If he selects something.
Yes. Perfectly ready.
God, it can't have been that far.
You see?
Can't have been that far back. I wonder where I dumped it. It's quicker to find it again. You can do delete star from table name. Or
Oh yeah, something about truncating, wasn't it? Yeah, it was delete star from table name. Delete star from star. I forgot the semicolon. Oh no, it's just delete from. Okay, so that's everything deleted, and then we have to do truncate something. Oh yeah, and then truncate table name. And truncate star. That's maybe worked.
semicolon.
Oh, God. Semicolon, then that error is no semicolon. No, it needs the actual name. Vault star. And then dash dt.
You're
Cool.
not planning on switching to be a DBA in your next role?
I have wrote so many Postgres commands over the last couple of days trying to help me debug some stuff. And I have put in a massive command with no semicolons, and it just is a mess until you get past the get out to the point where it's still kind of in a command.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is the vault empty. Okay, so we now start vault. The console PKIs and stuff, they're all created by Terraform, aren't they? And like the agent and stuff, don't we need to pretty much run Terraform against Vault?
Yes, we will do. Do we have wait in at the moment?
Oh, it's public.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think.
Do we want to bash set up HTTP, like script set up HTTP access to Vault?
What do you mean HTTP access to Vault?
Or the federated, set the federated identity?
Oh, for Terraform?
Yeah.
We can do if you'd rather do that over have to worry about faffing with yeah. Oh, right. So that we faff with just use the root token for now.
God.
It depends whether as part of as part of the init script, we could set those up.
Yeah.
And then they're just out in the world, no control over them.
I think just do it with the root token for now. I think it might be worthwhile thinking a little bit more about how best to get that initial federated identity set up.
Okay, so this is core vaults and session import. We have the problem with this is it's got console, nomads. Like it does quite a bit. It's interesting. So I don't know if we can just give it stuff and see what happens. Because console's up. No, console's not even started. Maybe we're going to have to split this core vault up to be a couple more workspaces.
Possibly. Makes sense.
Okay, first things first. Are you happy if I run like there's things in state, we're just gonna have to delete the state file, aren't we?
Probably, yeah, because we've lost the old vault. Is the old vault cluster still up, or is it completely gone?
It's all gone. We're running this on that server.
Yeah, then just delete the state file.
Oh, that's going to be really complicated. Because we're going to have to do Terraform login and stuff, which is fine. Unless you can think of a cleaner way of deleting the state file.
Unlike, no, you would just have to run a login.
Okay, let me
do a backend in it, and then Terraform in it, or login in it. Terraform state RM.
I don't even have Vault Core downloaded.
Maybe just delete the workspace.
I was thinking that. We just have to remember that we have to reset the variables.
Is there anything in there that is worthwhile keeping at this point?
No, it's just remembering what variables we need to set. But even here we have Vault. You're right. More than likely, we're going to be splitting this into 3 repos anyway, or at least 3 folders within the same repo.
Yeah.
So let's create a workspace. Version controls. Yes. Organization is devcost ops. Repo is going to be Vault. Oh yeah, it does this. I completely forgot it does this thing. Where it'll scan and be like, here are the variables that you can set, of which it's console nomad. GCP client secret.
Why do we need client secret?
Oh, for GCP auth. This is for all stuff. Oh, so no, I know how to get that. That's fine. Okay. Cool. Cobalt. Clear variables. Oh, wow. it's pulled the service account into its like own GCP thing.
Dynamic provider credentials. No, that's neat.
It's nice.
It's been a while since I've been messing around in Terraform Cloud.
All these old variable sets, which I'm just gonna like get rid of.
Are there any that are referencing Vault secrets though?
Vault root, which is empty. Oh yeah, no, that'd be. Yeah, I think that was like Vault root or Vault class secrets or something.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. I'm sure this is going to cause problems if I ignore them, but we're not here to make things better. Add variable. Vault ADDR is a environment variable, not sensitive. It is
Yes, we haven't set up our DNS stuff yet.
Oh, that hadn't initted.
Do you want to check the logs?
Would it even be part of Vault? That's just standard, like.
I don't know where that would log. It's not cloud because we're not cloud in it.
I think it would. Don't know. Did I run it? Does that work now? Or we just. Okay. We're doing things weird at the moment. I'm not going to worry about the fact that that didn't perfectly init itself. I have the things I need.
I wonder why.
I think when we've got everything up and running, it'll be quite nice to drop the table, clear everything down, and make sure that it can spin up at the same time.
Yeah, we should get it tested because you don't want to fall into trap. Like we'll just put this quick manual fix in to get it up and running while we're testing, and then it will.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I now need to read this file. Nope. Can't spell cat. Vault. Do you have a shared vault somewhere? That one. I'm just dumping the creds somewhere that Barnaby can access them.
It's fine. I'll just go in and wipe the box again. That's the style. We'll just read them out that file.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's. I'm putting them somewhere so we can do it without having to worry about. Don't think we need the 5 and 5, but that's fine. Okay, that's that. Make sure the token actually works. Token works, that's good. Now I was going to pull this out here so I can't accidentally show it. Okay, that should be everything Vault needs to start. Let's see how badly this runs without all the creds passed in.
Hopefully you should get, yeah. You could, if you initialize most of them as empty strings, I imagine you'll get 80% of the way. Consul will probably fail.
Yeah, that was my hope. I should have set them when it asked me to set them.
Have a nice list.
No, don't start with one. Start a new variable. I had full open a moment ago. So nearly opened my history clipboard.
It's a dangerous game, that one.
Definitely when you're doing something. Consul's IP?
Port 8500.
Because that will be Consul's address.
I feel like we could do some shenanigans where you just have the IP and then pin to ports, dynamically inverse the ports.
Client ID. Client secret. Nomad URL.
Do you not want this to be a HCL variable?
Oh, I mean, things get a bit complicated. I think if we did that. This should plan fine because it's all new resources, so it shouldn't have to go out and talk to anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, because it's all creating Vault resources. It's just some of these resources will fail.
I don't know how many of them actually check. I know Consul checks the connection. I don't know if the GCP one will connect it because that's OIDC. I don't know if it validates.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, find out.
Let's find out. Also, we could do things like that. We can have accounts where if it's not set, it just doesn't create the resource.
Yeah, our Terraform is not very dynamic in that sense, but for what we're doing, I'm always a little bit loath to create more dynamic things than necessary.
Yes. Yeah, if we want this to work for this scenario we're currently doing now, cool. We could also just uncomment. We could also just comment something out for a bit. What is that could actually log into Vault? Oh, if I had grabbed the GCP stuff, it means we could actually log in the old school way.
Yeah.
With our...
No. Callback URLs will be broken.
Yes.
You need I assume you need a DNS for Google to do callback if we want to. Maybe they'll do it to an IP. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely set that up. Okay, policy admin failed. That's a good start.
That bodes well.
Yeah.
Is Vault still up?
Yeah. There's a chance that the admin policy cares about something else, though it would then have a dependent, I would assume.
I have a feeling our admin policy is fairly loose.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like anything's actually being created. The fact we have no secret engines and everything's like, and everything's just slowly failing. because we're the new school way of maybe we do have a VPC firewall that makes it so only certain things can access this box. Oh yeah, we have networking tags. Then we've got Vault API. What all that does. Yeah, some of these are going to time out because our networking setup. So we can either. It looked like Cloudflare was up.
I'm confused how come you can hit it directly, or have you added your IP?
I think we added our IPs.
I don't know. I'm going to give it a go because I don't have a static IP to see if I can access it. But I need to go through.
Yeah, I've not got Cloudflare then. I mean, I could run this locally because I can connect to it.
I would like to know why it's.
So what firewall? We've got Vault API ingress. Everything should be able to talk to that box on 8200. Yeah, that box 8200. That box should be open.
Yeah, I guess we'll see what it fails as.
Oh no, it's not even. Maybe it's the skip verify, but it's not even that. I wish this would fail slightly quicker. Will it look some anything? Yeah, this is definitely everything's timing out for 5 minutes. Wasn't expecting this to be the part that takes forever. Because it's annoying. If we cancelled it, it would just be like one cancelled. It would actually tell us the failure, I think.
Yeah. When you were setting the vault address, did you set HTTP rather than HTTPS?
But we're running on HTTP.
Yeah.
I
guess are we telling it to skip for verify? Because the cert's not correct.
Well, I was thinking that, but it's HTTP. There should be certs. You should just look at the schema and not worry about it. God, I wish this was going over faster. Just going to pull the code down there, waiting for this to arrow out. Yeah.
I wonder if it's worthwhile setting up the client stuff now.
Client stuff?
Give it the client ID and secret ID while we wait for this to pull through.
Yes, I can probably remember how I do them because that's for the API, not for the other stuff. A nice API key one. Oh no, that's no. It's not that. It's OAuth. Oh god, they changed all this stuff. Vault. Need client ID. Isn't sensitive. No client secret, which I can leave 2 of. Now what I will pull off just in case.
I love how we have a service account, which is CF delete temp resources.
Don't look too closely. I'll set up.
Yeah, things that don't have a cost seem to dangle around for a little while.
Oh yeah, it's only some things which were made manually. No, that's good. Okay, another repo local. I think if I change it to if I change it to local, it won't run with these creds. It'd probably be better to like run an agent locally.
I get you confused why it's not. I can hit the Vault UI from mine. I don't know why Terraform can't.
Just need us to fail out, and then we can find out.
Hopefully it's getting to a point where it's the dependency graph will stop it trying to create more. How many things are in flight at the moment?
5. Yeah, the max amount of things.
Yeah, you can update it in the workspace settings somewhere. I don't think it'll affect it now the run's triggered.
I think it's a cost. I think it's only if you're paying for it.
Oh, probably.
I don't think it's a free.
That would make sense instead of just telling it to. I guess it depends how they bin their runners to run the applies.
Oh, that was me. Oops.
No, it's not going to do anything until the lock file opens up.
I know, I'm just going to cancel it though, because it doesn't. No benefit in running a speculative plan. Yeah, I mean, those are PKs, those will run. These are policies, these ones will run. That's for in itself.
The role shouldn't run because the back end failed.
That's all JWT. Maybe still some more OIDC stuff. But I don't know if these require the users to be.
They probably will, because it probably have an. I guess it depends how we're doing OIDC. If we're doing it based off group mappings or user or entity mappings, I think we're doing it through groups, which mean that would still trigger.
Yeah, look at the code and see what's going on. Oh, we're passing in a variable vault address. What? That's not something that I... It's hitting the wrong nomad, the wrong vault server, because it's pulling this vault address.
That would be why. Oh, that one's not going to work regardless. There's no.
I know. I'm just. I think I want to probably get it so these are just set in the variable sets and not.
Yeah.
Elsewhere. I think some of the stuff is like set in multiple places, which makes debugging a bit complicated.
No, it definitely makes sense to have stuff like the addresses stored in the variable sets, otherwise they're going to be common across multiple workflows, especially if we're starting to split this up to be more useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have a longer loop if we're using this to bootstrap Consul. Because we need Vault to spin up, generate certs for Consul, then
start Consul.
Then run the Consul there.
Yeah, so even if we wanted to even if we wanted to automate it, we kind of need something to trigger the pipeline runs. And then after that, start Consul, then start the next one.
Do we have access to like run triggers? Fire.
I mean, you can just trigger Terraform via webhook, can't you?
Yeah, that's true. Just fire one off the other, get it to check. I think we were talking about did we do something like this for Packer, where we watch something and then it triggers one of the builds? I remember doing something weird or a little bit funny.
No, I don't think so. Okay, those cancelled. This one just straight out very quickly because it needs nomad URL. And our variable set is called something else, I assume.
Have we just not assigned it to the work?
No, it's nomad AGDR. I've got the code downloaded. I am actually going to fix that.
And then you can push and it will trigger and it will work perfectly.
Variables. Nomad ADDR.
Surely you should do it like a find and replace across the whole repo.
What do you mean? I'm sure this is fine. I mean, that actually is probably the only place that has it, so
Yeah, we'll find out in a bit. You could run a Terraform validate to see if you've missed any, but we'll find out regardless.
Success.
Nice. At some point, we should start putting some tests into this code base. I've enjoyed doing testing on client side. And if we're looking to do more vibe coded related things and testing, throwing AIs at it, building in those test suites are useful.
I think as Terraform gets complicated, it's worth it. If the Terraform stays simple, it's maybe like, I don't think this needs to be tested. It's just 2 resource blocks that set things up.
I guess we don't have any real modules that have been called elsewhere at the moment.
They're good at saying that. Having something that proves that this is valid is maybe not a bad thing. Like
you do that with a validation block, though, not
or like check blocks.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, let's fix that. What's there at the top? Redundant ignore.
Are we out of date on our provider?
Well, more than likely, it's an ignore that does actually work. It worked immediately. Nomad failed, but
yeah, that's fine.
Consul failed. The backend failed. PKI is up though, which is what we wanted.
What was the provider you were working with the other day that was taking like an hour to deploy resources?
Provider's taking an hour to deploy resources.
What are you saying? It was taking forever. The Vault provider is pretty good at deploying things very quickly. I guess the Nomad's probably the quickest.
I don't know. A lot of what I've been doing recently is the CloudFront. Actually, no, I think I've maybe been chatting about the longest time one could take for AWS, which if you use CloudFront and Lambdas, it can take like an hour. Because both a Lambda deployment and a CloudFront deployment can take half an hour. And if you've got like a Lambda S3 CloudFront, then that could take an hour of runtime. Hey, well, we've got a console backend, we've got a PKI, we've got a copy hole.
I wonder if it's possible. I assume in the open source version, it's impossible to not have a cubby hole. I know you can do it in enterprise, or you could do it in enterprise with a weird hack.
I don't think you'd be able to do that in non-enterprise. I just realized we're passing in a console token, but doesn't console bootstrap itself now?
Yeah, we don't need to give console. We don't need to give a console token. Console just needs to be up.
Yeah, which is so. I don't think this variable is actually needed anymore.
Probably not.
Yeah, old code, not needed. Okay, so that's that done. Now we can go back onto the box. Not with the Vault stuff on screen. Okay, the next thing we need to do is start the Vault agent.
What identity are we using for that at the moment? Are we GCPing?
It uses the GCP, I think. And that should... That should make a TLS direct folder. Vault. Well, it started.
Is this the template? Where are we rendering them to?
I mean, this all looks correct.
Is it? Should we see if it's rendered?
No.
Yeah, that
Should I just make the change in Cloudflare?
probably. Yeah.
Going that in the future, we will probably get like as part of Corval or something, we will do the DNS correctly. I suppose as part of deploying the image, as part of core.
What would be the best way to trigger that? I guess it'd be a run trigger from Terraform, but I guess you could set it up in Terraform.
Well, yeah, in the GCP one that creates it.
Yeah.
At that point, you can just
tell Cloudflare that's your new address.
There's a chance this is actually fine. I've gone to the wrong.
I don't know if we're rendering certificates at the moment with. Let's encrypt.
No, we're not. We've turned all that stuff off. And we're behind Consul, so the question is, should we? Or should we be using Consul? Sorry. Because we're behind Cloudflare, we don't need to. There's a question of, should we just be behind... If we're just playing Cloudflare, we should probably be using Cloudflare origin certs over Let's Encrypt certs. But things get slightly more complicated at that point. Well, I say that. In the GCP base, you have to download the certs and then pass them into the server. I suppose the server could go to Cloudflare and create its own certs if we give it access.
Will Cloudflare do TLS termination for us at that point?
Yeah, Cloudflare already does TLS termination for us.
At that point, do we need to do certs for Cloudflare? I guess we should.
Okay, I can. Let's go a little behind the curtain, Cloudflare. This is fine. So, for Cloudflare, you have proxied servers. So these are servers where, when you hit, say, vault.devcast.com, it goes to Cloudflare. Cloudflare then does a TLS, does the TLS handoff stuff. Its cert that it gives to the public is a edge cert, which are these certs. But you shouldn't have unencrypted traffic between Cloudflare and your server. It's still the internet. So you have what we call origin certs. And these are certs that you give to your service that are self-signed by Cloudflare. So only Cloudflare trusts them, and they let you do end-to-end TLS, even though it gets rewrapped to Cloudflare.
Yeah. But then those certs, the certs that live on our box, if we then wanted to hit something else, we'll either have to use different ports.
You either have to trust Cloudflare certs or use the public routing. So it means that maybe you have to do like weird things for internal/external, but internal routing will probably have traffic up. Traffic can load its own certs. So you can have it internally, you just go straight to traffic and route. And then external, you go Cloudflare and then route in.
Yeah, just trying to think if we had multiple listener blocks, we had one listener for Cloudflare flows and one listener for Consul flows, and gave them different certificates.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, you would almost have the Cloudflare not be EP-100. You'd have that be a different one. Anyway, vault. Yeah, so this is the issue we currently have, which is the TLS handshake between Cloudflare and our server has failed, as one would expect. Oh, no, wait. It needs to be ported. And then I can do... Why aren't you...
I don't know if you could do. Maybe we should sort of play around with this with the way different listener blocks play with each other. But could you give it the full address? It's not just the port, and the console routing would all be local routing. So I don't know if you could just give it localhost 8200 and then 000. Give it. You had to find it to its external IP.
But console and no. Anything that's talking internally should be using console. So really, that should be using Envoy.
But Envoy still talks over ports, right?
Yes.
Locally. So yeah, have a local listener for 8200, and then.
So you need a local listener that Envoy trusts into Vault, and one that whatever our external thing is goes into Vault. I'm gonna have to just turn off this proxy for now.
I do want. Yeah. I guess. Do you know if you can have those? The internal listener and the external listener on the same port if they're bound to different. I guess I don't know if it's different.
Well, they have to be bound to different networks, but how do you do that without? I suppose you'd have to create a new network.
Yeah, all of the stuff we were talking about earlier about binding to 0.0.0, we're immediately going to break.
Yeah. This doesn't seem to be working.
I think for now, just update the Vault agent to use the
port. Yeah, the port. I tried.
I think we can look at doing. It's probably worth when we go into getting all the console networking up and running. We can look at having a big networking thing. But I think if we can get console running and the services talking together, we can then from that build the proper networking layer on the top of it instead of faffing around in Cloudflare. The trouble with the sort of platform, there's so many things that we want to do in fun, interesting ways, but you can't do them all at once.
Yeah, until some of it works.
Very much down the rabbit hole.
Why is this file read only? I'm through.
Yeah. Why does it need to be writable?
But I'm root. Why is it complaining this file's read only?
Because if it's owned by root and it's a read only file, root still respects that as a read only file. You have to chmod the file before you can write to it.
What are we doing?
Starting the Vault service if you've given it the new one.
No. Trying to remember how to chmod. So this will be what 660? 660?
Or 600? It doesn't really matter because it's root.
Well, it was read by everyone.
664, then I guess if you're being particular.
Cool. I may just go. Oh no, that's fine. Then we go Vim. Luckily, it saved my thing I want to change.
I guess your force managed to override it because you were root.
No, I then catted it. It didn't. But Vim, I think it seemed like Vim stored it.
Interesting. It's been a while since I've got messed up a file or crashed something halfway through Vim and had the stash.
Swap all the swap files and all that stuff. Supposed to delete it all and start again. Start vault agent start agent. Role client not found of our auth access core GCP. I can't say config. Oh,
failed.
It just didn't run. I'm going to try to be very cheeky because there's a chance I'll run this again. It'll just pick this one. I think too much of it failed. Oh yeah, I need to push the token.
It's weird how some of the things just haven't run, actually. It's like one of the policies hasn't built, which has no dependencies.
I find if things are actually errors, quite a lot of times it will error out if it doesn't have things running.
Yeah.
Which I think is just the state we got into.
I guess we can potentially target if it continues to be an issue.
Oh yeah, I forget that's a thing.
I've just reset my Pro, so all of the knowledge is fresh.
Yeah, because this is trying to run core console. It's not even trying to run anything else. Because we need role client. Oh no, I can. I thought you could target locally, but you can't. Terraform plan. What was it? Terraform plan -- target, and then the thing you want to run?
Probably.
It needs to get through this. Oh, it just got the error. So I plan the app in, and it wants console to run first. Oh. No, wait, that's wrong, because admin, this needs core console. Why is role?
Isn't it GCP or client is the one we're looking for, right?
Oh, GCP or full client, this one.
Yeah.
Don't know why I'm running a plan first. I could just be running apply, but
You're not going to output your plan file and then pass it to your apply to make sure no one else messes with it.
Someone's had 4 things.
What's it trying to do?
GCP auth back and roll, client console. So
why is it want? What's the console link coming into this?
Okay, let's actually look at the code.
Yeah, I'm confused what we've done to it. Is it?
I want GCP auth. Wait, what am I doing?
Oh, it wants the console vault policy console server.name, vault policy console client .name, which I'm to those reference. They reference PKI. Oh, they must. The way we build our policies reference dynamically fetches the paths. So it's trying to build the console client token policy.
So, oh my god, Brian.
In policies, I think is the bit that's tying this all together.
Yeah, it's there's policies, and then it's GCP instance auth.
Yeah.
So this wants console client token, and this is because we're using the same policy, the same role for both the client and the server. Because console client token, the servers don't need. Why does is it like Nomad needs or something?
What, the client token?
Yeah. Why does the Vault server need the client token?
Because we're running a console client locally. It's to register the Vault service, that would be my guess.
You happy me splitting these roles?
Yeah, I think it might be, I guess,
Right.
adding a list of things to do. We might be worth having a mess around with like entities.
Yes, it's this one that's running client.
Yeah.
It's not even using this Vault server one, it's using client, which is console server and console client. What does console client? I mean, console client token just lets you read.
I think it's the token. I think we need. Do we need console server? I think one has access to the PKI.
Yeah, I assume it's the server.
Yeah, and the server one doesn't have access. Doesn't actually reference any console resources. So that.
Yeah, so I think we need. I think we need to remove this for now. Just to remind us how it feels there. But there's but I think we need to. I mean, if it wasn't more work, I think this should probably be renamed from client to like Vault Agent Console or something.
I feel like at this point we need to get out the big whiteboard and scroll all of our like flows out and see how the different bits. We're splitting things up into sensible, smaller tasks, but as a result, things are fragmenting in a way that I guess when we had it as pets, you just didn't see.
I think this repo needs I think that once you got the infrastructure and the services get down, I think how we deploy onto them probably needs to be rebuilt from scratch to a level.
I think I think it's not necessarily rebuilt from scratch. It's more separate.
Separate, cleaned up.
Map trees or dependency trees.
But also
hella loops.
But also, it's like this role shouldn't be the role that the Vault agent uses. Maybe shouldn't need a token. Maybe it does. Maybe it loads a token into something for something else. I suppose we use.
I guess so we can check the templating.
We may load it in for Nomad. I think Nomad does some agent stuff, so this may be how we get a console token into Nomad.
Go have a little dig around and have a look.
Okay, that created the role. We're now getting permission denied on console creds client. Why is this called console creds client?
Oh, that won't exist because the console secret extension doesn't exist.
Yeah, because console's not up. And we also just removed its access to it.
Yeah.
But it just created the TLS. So Consul can start. Oh yeah, so Consul. Oh yeah, okay. So for the Consul client, it loads in an ACL agent token.
Yeah.
So would it be needed on this box?
It wouldn't be needed. Is this?
Because you can just use the server as a
no,
thing.
it shouldn't be.
So we will need a Consul client on this box for things like if you want to envoy to Vault and stuff.
We may need this. I have a feeling the cleaner ways to do this. Well, I'm not sure. The cleaner way to design this, it might be worth having two processes running as Vault agent.
Yeah.
Because we essentially have three roles stuffed into one server.
Well, you almost have two Vault agents and two consoles.
Yeah.
Because you go Vault agent, client, console server, Vault agent, console client.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's start Consul. And this is 8500. That looks started.
Happy enough.
Can't connect to it, but that could be the. Yeah, so yeah, I can. This is a network issue. I can kill it.
Yeah. Well, we've just opened up Vault, but haven't opened up Consul.
That's what it looks like. I assume we went outside of Zero Trust. There's no reason to torch Consul.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which means for your Consul URL, you're going to need the local port.
No, just 127.0.
Oh, just completely go on some box.
Yeah.
And then if I run this,
Yeah, I guess you could give it the 10 dot range.
I was going to give it 10.6.2. But if this works, it's more explicit.
I guess the other thing is that we should, if it's the variable set, running it as a 10.2 would make more sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a level of I want to get all that stuff running on console DNS. So so like it's either variable set is Terraform talking to it for provider blocks, and then you have stuff like this where it's localhost on the same box. Even then, actually, this should maybe be talking to console DNS. In fact, it's bootstrapping. Cool. That is console up.
Nice.
I don't know if there's a status. Nope.
it's like you can use an API endpoint.
Okay.
Just get a token out of Vault.
Perfect. So
And
that
if you do
is
an ACL bootstrap, it will fail if it's done it correctly.
yes, successfully bootstrapped. So we now have Vault and Console up in maybe heavy quotes because we had to do a little bit of cranking. There's obviously some code that we've edited in the Packer image we've not pushed yet. And the next thing I would like to do really is try and get console DNS working for these boxes.
Do we want to rebuild Packer and give it a go? Something that might be worth looking at. Can we offboard Consul's data? Because otherwise, if we redeploy, we lose Consul.
Yes, which I suppose is going to be slightly annoying. I don't think there is. I think you can only use Raft.
I think you're probably right. In this directory.
Oh God, some of these.
Yeah, it just looks like data to is the only option. Which we could maybe worth looking at mounting in that case, just mount a disk for Consul.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Some notes as we're talking about a lot of things to do.
I suppose. What's the next thing we'll do then? Like we've got it. We've got Console up. There's a couple of things that we could do with improving.
I think I'd like to get Consul's data to persist first,
cool.
Because then we can rebuild and not worry about it so much. Because the trouble is, rebuilding is now not just you re-init again. It's you delete the secret engine from Vault, run it again, fiddle with state files and stuff like that. I guess you could just taint it, but still, it'd be nice if we could have the same level of persistence for Consul's data as we have for Vault's data.
Yep. Is Console better at handling multi-node? I suppose we're not saying a node ID. I've had issues where just backing up the Vault data is annoying. But it's probably fine.
Well, I guess what you would do realistically is if we expand this out, you would mount a disk per node that's Consul.
So it's that thing. It's the node ID. We need to make sure that one server kind of registers as the same node ID, so as it can.
We just pick it up from the disk, the data directory.
Yes. Yeah.
So as long as we make sure we mount disks uniquely, that'd be fine.
Yeah. So, and the way we're paying for disks, we can't do it non-uniquely. So we just need to mount something into opt console data.
Yeah.
Do we want to try and do this to this box? We'd have to bootstrap again, or are we happy bootstrapping again? Because I could stop console, copy this data, we mount a disk, copy the data back.
Yeah. I'm not too fussed. It's the same level of effort to reinitialize the secret engine as it is to save the data.
Yeah, let's try and keep the data. So I need to copy. Is it be dash R?
Yeah. Cool. We can deal with permissions later.
Cool. I just want to make sure there was actually something there. So now we go to GCP base.
Yeah, I think we did have one. There was a Terraform repo for persistent disks at one point that we used way back when we were for the game servers. But I think for this, because the disks are kind of server.
Yeah, I would just attach it to the server.
Later, yeah.
If we can remember how to do it with.
We have all the bits just scattered around. Let me have a look. What we're talking now. Stateful. Yeah, it's just a Google Compute disk is the resource that you want.
Like that?
Which format?
It'd probably be less than 50. It doesn't look that big.
Yeah, that looks like the only other thing that I have in here was when I was doing it previous was physical disk block size I'd set for some reason. I don't think it really matters if it takes the default and have it.
No, I don't care. If we're deleting it, it's probably for a reason.
Yeah, I'm not.
And then it's just adding it. We've got boot disk. That's interesting. It's attaching the disk, but it doesn't actually mount it anywhere.
No, we'll have to run the mount as a cloud init probably.
Which we've got this nice start script. Files, main server start script. Mounts the
It might be worth setting the disk name of the device
Yeah.
name when we're creating the disk in the attached disk, so it's consistent.
So, what do you mean create the disk name?
In an attached disk, you have an option to say what your disk is attached to the server.
Device name.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, cool.
AI, it's crazy. This is going to be, but that needs to be passed through.
var.consul.
So as last news. Up
Oh, no, we're in
here we
template.
have.
Yeah, no, we're good. In a template, not so many layers.
Oh god. And then back to main server. And then let's just clean up some of these things that I had. Cool. Maybe?
Yeah.
Except I want to do this without rebuilding the disk, without building the server.
I guess run a plan, see if it wants to destroy it or if it's happy just to attach a disk without deleting it.
Oh yeah, then we can run the start script itself going.
Yeah.
This is DC base. It does feel a bit silly the first about this time getting Postgres up for Vault, and we're then using for Consul, we're giving it a hard drive.
I was kind of hoping that you could use Postgres for Consul. It's been a while since I messed with Consul, because then you could just use the same instance and give it itself a different table for Consul.
I honestly think for what we're doing, it just means that Consul has no redundancy. For Vault, we have a simple front end with Postgres redundancy. So I think we're like redundancy wise, it feels better. Obviously, we have downtime if the one client goes down, but
also the stuff we store in Vault, having that in a kind of managed database makes more sense than the stuff in Consul. If we lose it, it's annoying, but there won't be anything in there that can't just be recreated, because everything should be codified.
It's all ephemeral. So it wants to not change anything about the server. That feels.
I guess run it, see what happens.
The fact it's changing enable OS login is probably going to cause problems, but because that's the way I log in, which I think we're disabled by default and we override. But it's interesting talking about the Postgres for Vault. From my home lab, I've decided to use a Postgres server with Vault, just because I think it's slightly nicer if you just have one node.
Yeah. Raft works. To run a Raft Vault instance, you need to have multiple. You need to have at least 3 nodes.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you just have nightmares with data. Or if you're running Vault in Kubernetes, I'd be tempted to run Postgres at the back end as well. Just get the state out of the cluster.
So Vault ends up almost just being a dumb service. Okay, so what's this done? Here is our thing. Firewalls, network storage. So this didn't add a disk. Why did this not add disk?
Have you pushed? Have you?
Yeah.
Weird.
I mean, that run was off my thing.
Can you do a plan with a taint to see if it picks it up when it tries to rebuild it?
Yeah.
Check it actually created the disk.
Yeah, I mean, it said it created the disk.
What's it called? Client 0?
No, it's main server we're messing with.
Main. There is a main server balance disk that's 50. Main server console.
Yeah, it's main server. Yeah.
That is not used by anything. We have a load of random disks.
Yep. It's interesting. You can't do a plan with the taint. You have to plan and apply with the taint. But yeah, we have so many random disks. We need to, at some point, just go through and probably clean up a lot of them.
And it's interesting, there's packer disks as well, but I don't know if those are just left by an image or if they're needed for an image.
Yes, and so the taint will attach.
I wonder if we can just attach the disk while it's in flight.
Storage, attach existing disk. Consul. That one. Read write. Keep disk. We set a device name.
Yes, we did. It was Consul something.
Not that I think this really matters, but
I guess when it gets rebuilt, it would reattach at a different point. But as everything's templated out, it wouldn't really matter.
okay. Now, the next thing we need to do is how do I connect to this?
It should show up in LSB, okay, I think. One.
Yes, it is SBD. Yeah. So we just want to go mount. Oh no, we've got to like format it and stuff, don't we?
It's the whole process. Yeah, you set up a volume inside it. You can just dirty mount, but I guess what are the steps that we've got in the script as the ones we should be using to...
Well, the script is just mounting. Make directory, mount, disk. Like this is just going to dirty mount.
It's been a while.
It's also we're setting it to be owned by Vault. That should probably change.
There's all the... I can't remember, is it? There's the... What's the file that mounts disks automatically on boot? Is it fstab or something like that?
Yeah, fstab. Which in a weird way doesn't matter because as part of the init script, as part of the cloud init, we're mounting.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do mount. I can just do mount. I mean, I can just do what we...
Yeah, just dirty mount it. I guess creating volumes as it's a single-use drive isn't such an issue on it. Yeah, it'd be like dev/SBD, I think. Off the mount.
No, there's a... Let's do it the way that we're telling it to, which is on the disk. You're right, we've got so many disks. That one. It was like the local link or something, which I hope would be somewhere here.
That'll be on the server, not the disk. The VM. Attached disk.
So, yeah, I don't. Can't remember. Oh yeah, SDB. It is there.
Yeah.
Fine, let's just do that. Oh. I think this may be easy just to restart the server. Not that this proves that it's going to work.
I have a feeling if anything, it proves it's going to fail because we don't even have the dev in the script.
No, it's using
the name.
Yeah, I think it's running the name, even though that's. I don't know if you need to touch it if you've got it. I don't actually have any think this is going to work. Because you did this for the Factorio stuff, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I did it in Ansible. I'll have a look around. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that was all Ansible based.
Yeah, because SDB is not a directory. Okay, I found things. So it looks like we have these drives. So we have dev disk by ID Google server cloud data is the correct name. And
yeah, try and mount that.
unformatted disks don't have additional symlinks. So this disk isn't formatted, so we do need to format it. And we can just do. So that command will format. We just need to. What file type do we want?
EX.
ext4. And the device name is SDB. All right, that's now formatted. So if we're on the same. I can't even find that command I just ran. So if we're on this command again. It still doesn't have a part.
We haven't set. You need to set up a logical volume, I think, to get a partition. I think you might just be able to mount the drive directly now. I never bothered to set up a logical volume the last time. I just formatted the drive and mounted it directly.
And then I can go mount, start defaults, dev name, location, mount's fine. So yeah, so that should, and I think the self link maybe works. Oh. We'll see if that works next time. If that works on restart. Though, oh yeah, no, I mounted data. Cool. So now I need to copy console blk data to console data -r.
And churn it.
Yeah. Dash R console data.
Is the parent directory owned by Consul? I guess it's traversable at least.
Yeah, that console directory has been set up before, so
yeah, it is the data.
Yeah, we're in dot. Oh, data needs to be.
As long as it's traversable, that's fine.
No. Permission denied to console node ID.
Maybe showing it so data's owned by.
That should be able to, shouldn't it?
I guess just do the full tree, or sudo to the console user and see if we get stuck.
Can you read it? Oh, wait. There's a data directory. It's my data directory.
Data. Okay. You might want to stop. Oh, Consul X did here.
Yeah. So, is that actually what I want? Nope.
I think you strip out the data from the console / your copy. Just do console.
What, like that?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. And then if I just go. Oh, I didn't chain it. Is that going to matter?
Maybe.
Push denied. Console. Yay! Console's as happy as it is going to be.
All right, I guess put the changes into the Packer image and hit rebuild.
Yep. So that one. Oh no! What did we do? We messed with
It's Vault stuff mainly. It was agent, the Vault agent. We had to update to point to the correct address
Oh, yeah. Vault. No, not that one. That one. Vault. Vols. Agent. Task. Main. Template. Vault agent. Nope. Config. Takes an vault address.
You just pass it in the build, I imagine.
Maybe.
Yeah, I imagine we pass it in the packer build.
Yes. Let's read my files quickly. Pack images. No. Yeah, pack images.
Control plane.
Control plane, group bars, file address. Do we want to pass it here? I suppose these are our images.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not sharing the images. I mean,
Yeah.
pass the build time makes sense.
Yeah, I think this being our stuff is fine. Just when we restart the image, it won't have the same address. It may not have the same address.
We're using localhost or the the public IP.
This is just for the agent. Like this is just for the control plane where everything is on the box. So this can be localhost. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing that is using this on the box that needs external. Yeah, why would anything?
If something needs to share the vault address out, maybe?
The only thing that I could think of if we were setting up like federated identity logins console, but we're not doing that as part of this. That'll be done through Terraform.
Cool. I'll just find where my GitHub's got to. I realized the other change we talked about doing, I'd already pushed the console because we did a console Ansible thing.
Yeah.
But I'd already pushed that.
Yes.
Oh, now I'm doubting myself. It was the... What was it? Something,
the bind address.
The bind address for the server. Yeah. So we pushed it. So now Packer's going to run because I just did push onto it. Which means, fingers crossed, this will slowly run through. So I suppose what's the next thing that we want to have a tackle?
You seem to be very keen to do the Consul DNS. I think starting to get that networking stack put together makes sense.
But do we need to run a console client on this box first?
Well, I guess what's the Consul client doing? It's registering it's setting up Envoy to register.
Well, that's where you hit. Can you get? Does the server act as a client, or do you need to spin up another client on the servers?
It's the same. It can run as the same service. It doesn't need to be separate service and accounts. I think you might need to have a.
Because to do the DNS, you need to point at the console's DNS port. They granted on the on the journal, it's getting ACL blocked.
So we need to render it out a token.
So yeah, do we need to give it its own token, or do we just? Actually, I think we had this conversation before where we were talking about, do we actually need to just create an agent that can have the ACL tokens? Because otherwise you have to start console, create a token, then restart console, which we can do.
We could do something that's dumber, but maybe smarter as well. We could, if we know, instead of creating the path to generate tokens by referencing the resource, we could interpolate it straight from the variable. So the Vault agent has standing access to pull the tokens, and then when that sequence engine comes into existence, it will then automatically, on its next try to sync, just pull it, and then that can send a SIG up to the service.
As far as policies, the console token, it was both of these were having issues.
Yeah, because we could do it if we did it with var dot whatever we called the path of the console secrets engine.
Yeah. Close others. So
and
this is
the var dot the name as well.
Console. Core console path. So this is actually hard coded. Oh wait.
Yes.
Oh no, core console path. So we can either just go, this is hard coded, not worry about it, or we can put these into variables.
So let's turn it into a variable.
Cool.
Just in case we ever change it, because I don't want to get into the situation where we go, oh, we'll change this to be called something that's not core console. I'd be very surprised if we did, but if we did it one person, then everything breaks because nothing else updates. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
And then we need to pull the role name, which it looks is also hard coded.
Yeah, I'll just do this for now. This one first.
Yeah.
And then it is the client.
I love all the different roles.
What'd you say?
I love all of our different roles, which just use admin.
Admin. Well, it's we haven't fixed console yet. That's console problems.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so I guess maybe just the client.
Yeah, I'm more happy just hard code this one.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that'll create this. We now need to give this back to the
GitHub instance.
GCO instance.
Yeah. And now because we've decoupled it from the dependency graph, it shouldn't break anything.
Yeah, because it can create the role.
You can create the policy before.
Yep.
And then the role, and then eventually when console inits correctly,
it'll be able to call it. It'll create its own token. Then it'll restart itself, and then it'll start working.
Oh, what a loop!
I mean, as long as it ultimately works,
Well, in fairness, this one's not too bad because there's not the re-trigger processes. A lot of them are just handled by the agent processes. We don't have to do. There's not us firing multiple pipeline steps for it. So it's
definitely want to get to a point where it will all just run through without us needing to look at it. Why is this? Oh yeah, I was like, why is there so many files? Oh yeah, we changed quite a few files.
It's always fun manipulating dependency graphs to do what you want. I think I've done very similar things with Vault before, so the way the policies work.
I mean, a lot of it is what benefit do you have, and actually, like for values that we're never going to change, it's questionable whether they should be variables. I think the path is a good one because that's likely to change, but yeah. Gets interesting when you start dealing with the like, how do I make this better or less brittle? Because that's really what our platform is. Our platform is just kind of brittle, which I think is the issue we had in the past. Is it just kind of fell over? So backend role got updated. The policy got created. So now if I go Vault agent, should I give it a restart?
Yeah, it's not going to cause any harm. It would need, I need to reauth, I think.
No such ACL role with name admin. Now I have an issue that we need to set up Consul.
You give it the global, whatever the other one that's Terraform has.
Or we try and run this.
There's no way in hell that's going to work.
Well, Terraform can't call Consul, right?
Yeah, I think go back to our policy set. Do we have one that is for Terraform? We need to find the one.
Policies. Terraform core vault.
No, it'd be Consul.
Consul server, CAOT, Consul client token.
What do we do with if we go into the Vault config for Consul? What do we actually reference the role that's Terraform?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Global management. Should I set that for...
Yeah, you could just set that for the client and they would fix it.
Improvements to come.
Yeah. I feel like giving the server the ability to manage everything within the servers.
Well, it needs scoped policy. It needs scoped permissions at the point where we can run Terraform against it. Giving it an admin role over a global management role, not much value. If this role let us read a token, because that's all, or not read a token, if this role would need to do everything a agent needs to do, that's probably fine.
Yeah, I guess what we need to do is get into a position where we can deploy an agent to our system and then have the Vault, if Vault triggers successfully, run Consul or Terraform, because that sets up all the roles that we use in Consul.
Yes. Where's this? Thought I just...
It's trying to create Nomad stuff.
Sorry, it's all the stuff that we don't know about, and this one, which is the one we're actually changing. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, why is it changing so much? Ignore the errors. No such ACL role with name global management.
That doesn't seem right.
Consul creds client. Consul creds client. Web management. Unless I ran it too early, but oh no, it's staying there.
Yes.
Let me turn on Cloudflare, and we can then log into Consul and see what's going on. So I'm sorry if I drop.
That's fair. You're pinging in and out. Yeah, good old networking between the two. Let me just flick that back.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you. You're making me double check everything else to make sure I can add you back.
I did leave and rejoin. I thought it was my fault, so I was like, no, I'll actually fully close it.
Cool. We should all be back now. Yeah.
Sorry, it's been a while since we've needed to actually talk to these servers via their local IPs. 500. I have no idea if this is going to work. It's been so long since I've used Cloudflare.
I'm confused why the global bit didn't work. So that's meant to be the one that it creates with the ACL. Unless it changed that.
Oh, our version is quite old. This looks like it hasn't worked because my network routing is probably not as it should be, maybe. I don't know. I was expecting this to just work. I suppose we could run commands.
Yeah. We need to get a
token.
A token.
Oh my god. I can log into Vault. This one? Or not? This one. Oh, it's because our...
Yeah, you'll need to use token.
Which I can get from over here. Then it's what tools, API Explorer.
Oh yeah, I wonder if this
Console.
works. List roles first.
It's that one. Get roles. Try it out. It says admin tell from a client. I probably need the admin. Oh no.
Terraform should be the one.
Yep.
But I have a feeling that that's not going to work either. Did something.
Yeah, I realized that this shows creds and stuff. It gave me a console token.
Did you copy and paste wrong? Why is that one not?
So it didn't work with clients, but it worked for. So I just tried client. I realized it outputs my Vault token. So let's not share the screen. It's a policy, not a role. That's the problem. I need to attach the policy to it, not a role. That's annoying.
Yeah.
Pack is finished. That's a good sign as well. Was I messing with Voyager?
Yeah.
The new auth token executing restart service render. That looks good. Let me just read a secret. So that has a secret now. So now if I go journal console, we can get less sync to info. That looks happy.
Nice. Well, now we've fixed our Vault stuff and our packet that's built. Shall we redeploy the image and see if it picks back up?
GCP base?
Yeah.
Yes. Just that's discarded. I was like, why is that one discarded? It's because it was my taint. Well, that's funny. How do you see mounts? That? No.
Mounts. DF-H.
This is the more complicated way of seeing it. Don't think this is on this list. Oh yeah, right one. Oh yeah, DF-H is the storage one. Yeah. I was just thinking, if this restarts, we're going to need a way to prove that. I suppose Consul wouldn't have started yet, we can just look at the data store.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we're gonna have to run
Start Vault console.
Or Vault agent console, which is the same every time, even on init.
On this one, we can probably link those together quite neatly. We can have Vault agent waits for Vault service, and then console service waits for Vault agent, and then Vault service checks for marker file.
Yeah. That'll work.
Cascade.
It's funny how doing a stream for an hour, 2 hours. How long are we going for?
2 hours.
2 hours.
4 hours.
2 hours 10 is obviously the amount of time we need to actually do something. Not that I'm saying we need to change our standard streaming time.
We do have a lot of things where we kind of get caught in the middle. Sometimes we get things which are nice wrapped up in an hour, but I think getting in, diving into context, it's always kind of those things it's why people kind of say that having those split up meetings throughout the day actually just wrecks your efficiency, because it takes you a while to get into the flow of something.
I have, in a weird way, found AI helps with that, because you can, if you're getting the AI to do most of the work, all you have to do is go, what was I getting the AI to do? Test it, give it the next prompt. In between what you're doing, you're not kind of having to really contextualize what's going on.
If I'm going away for a while and I know I can't resolve what I'm doing in that session, I'll get it to write out give me a list, a markdown of what we were doing, what still needs to be done, who I need to chase up with. It definitely helps. I think some of the processes that we have now just take a little while, like rebuilding the image takes 15 minutes. And if we're doing an hour stream, that's probably a third of a time once you count the intros, outros.
I think the last session we mostly spent rebuilding, because it was getting console into Packer, so there wasn't even a way of us debugging on the client. It was literally just make a change, run it, see what fails, make a change, run it, see what fails. Anyway, let's see what happens. So I'm going to go start Vault.
I'm just using all the RAM.
Start Vault agent. Start console. Oh, I was going to check the file first. The mount's not set up. Cloud in there. Is it output or just the init? I can never remember. It's just the init. Oops.
Generating. Oh, it looks like SSH keys, but it's just so used to it.
No, maybe it's the output one.
Is it worth just catting the file it renders and then running the mount command and see which one of them fails?
The file it renders. Oh god, do you remember where the cloud init file lives?
It's one of those things that I've done many times now, and it never sticks in my head. Cloud scripts.
Yeah, and then it's per boot.
Is it per instance?
Oh, no, per instance. No, we are per boot.
Or maybe
Just cloud init is oh. Is this not how GCP does it?
I have no idea what it. Let's have a look. According to form.
I'll just grab it from the command line. Oh yeah, okay. So this, these are the command it runs. Well, that hasn't equaled. So it runs the Google thing instead of.
Oh, it doesn't write it locally. It just runs it from Google.
No, sorry. I can find the init script from the
render.
The render. More than likely, it's in the metadata files that it's got a cloud. It's got a script that runs from metadata files, something like that. This mount is mounting the full path, not /dev/sdb. So I can probably assume that I can probably change it to run from dev/sdb.
Yeah, we'll get it to run probably the alias name if we can mount. I guess try and mount it with the alias name instead. It's like the managed disk ID.
Yes, it was. This would give me that. So it's this thing. So that one. So we need to go USB base files, not main server. So it's that, but then it's main server console disk. Do we even store that somewhere? No, that's just the device name. Okay, that's fine. As we've got boundary set up for all this stuff, I should really get my boundary local running as a way of connecting to these boxes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's run. That's not gonna. I'll trigger a plan, but that's not really gonna trigger a run. So I shall take the main server. Oh, that has. Oh, it's planned update to the metadata. That's fine. Kind of wondering if that was going to show up partway through the stream.
Maybe bad traffic.
Yeah, that's fair.
Would be my guess. Although if he's been out driving all day and keeping busy.
Yeah, I think he's driving back. I think they went somewhere.
It's Easter. Everyone's traveling around.
Yeah, which probably the M25 is hell.
Sometimes I'm glad I don't have a car and just don't have to worry about these things.
Yeah, it's quite convenient though, getting, like, as much as it's hell, the trains can be worse.
I think often with the trains though, it's often just like you're just not going that weekend. We were looking at going up to visit my partners or my mother-in-law on Mother's Day, and the trains just weren't working. And
not working is fine. It's the you're on a train that decides that it doesn't want to work anymore, so you're being kicked out halfway between where you started and where you're trying to get to.
Yeah, I know they're required to get you to the end destination, but it's still not fun.
Yeah, that can be quite a wait.
Yeah,
Or a bus.
I was meant to get to Edinburgh once at I think 9 p.m. The train broke down halfway. I think like by Preston, and then when they the train broke down something rare, but when they fixed it, they were only running to Glasgow, so I got into Glasgow at like 1:30, and then it was a taxi to Edinburgh, which was all covered by the train company. But instead of getting in at 8 p.m, I think it was like 3 a.m. that I got.
Yeah. There's a reason why I generally fly if I go to somewhere like Edinburgh. If a plane isn't going to break halfway through, so generally you're either going to be stuck where you started or stuck where you end, not taking forever somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, or they'll turn around and go back to where you started if something really goes wrong. Yeah, it's a shame. I do prefer train travel as a form of transport, but yeah, it is less.
If the UK trains were just a little bit better, I think it would be fine. They're just...
I find it's interesting. When I travel for work, I seem to have much worse experiences on the trains when I travel for my personal stuff.
It's because going more like commuter times, when there's just more load on the network.
That's
DF-H. That worked.
Yep. Nice.
So if I go cd opt console, we have data, yay! And now I can go start vault. Takes a bit.
It's the unseal, decrypting it all for the first time. No.
Nope. Have TLS. Come on, one more time, console.
So close.
Bind address cannot be empty.
Oh, did we not? Did not get updated? Or are we pinning?
We're definitely not pinning. No, it didn't. I clicked that refresh so many times and no point did it. Oh my God. So I suppose this needs another whole deployment cycle. We can either call it now, or we can let the deployment cycle run.
I think at this point we know that it works with the bind address. I guess put the bind address in now and hit the restart and see if it then joins happily.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. And then we can let it rebuild quietly off screen.
Restart console.
I wonder if you'll catch it restarts itself.
That's ready to follow. So that is now console running. That's the stop. Yeah, stopping routine. Oh, stopping for the agent.
Yeah, the Vault agent will have killed it because the Vault agent can now fetch a token from Consul, so it's restarting Consul to give it a token.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was just stopping stopping routine for the version check.
Fair enough.
There we go. There's the kill. So yeah, that is Consul. There's both Vault and Consul up and running as separate services, but Consul kind of uses Vault to bootstrap. But we could now just dump Nomad on top, or we can look at more DNS or other things. But I think we're in a pretty good place.
Yeah, no, that feels good. It's nice to make this progress. I think I'd be more tempted to go down the DNS side next time, as I think the networking stack, getting networking before we start layering things on top will probably make our life easier than trying to crowbar networking in afterwards.
Yeah, I think we definitely want to get Envoy as our Envoy and stuff from day one or from the start. So
yeah,
we could maybe look at talking to Vault via that, but I don't know how useful that is for now.
It's probably just a good place to start. Start getting Vault into Envoy. It's the first thing to get into the service mesh, so it makes sense. No. Well, I guess in that case we should say thank you to watching to everyone, and we will see you all in a week's time. We'll be back at our regular slot at 7 p.m. UK time. I know we switched to British summertime now, which is adding all extra confusions. So sorry for anyone that's watching in a different region, but if you give us a follow on Twitch, you'll see when we go live, and if you don't watch these lives, they're posted to our YouTube channel. So if you subscribe and ring that bell, you'll get notified when we push new content. So thank you for watching, and bye.
Bye.